4h34 minutes de course.
On inspire, et on fait du bruit. Voilà.
Well, it's just gone 5:10 and it is race morning and I'm just outside the hotel. Adam has kindly agreed to pick me up this morning, which has been a bit of a blessing. It's not too far to the race venue, it's about 3.5k, but walking it's probably about, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes or so. So Adam was driving and offered to take me, which has been really kind of him. So thanks Adam if you're watching this. So done the usual morning ritual, trying to be as quiet as I can in the hotel room to not wake Kate and Isabel up, but that's a bit impossible really. But yeah, breakfast done, ready and just waiting to get over to the race now and get set up, get the bike finally sorted and all the bags finally bits and bobs in them, and get ready for kickoff, which will be between 7 and 8 in the morning. I reckon it'll be about 7:30 I start. So here we go. I think there's Adam. Right, so got here eventually. Road closures made what was it, a 5-minute journey, probably more a 10 or 15-minute journey.
Yeah,
but we got here eventually. How you feeling, Adam?
excited and a bit nervous.
It's Adam's first 70.3, popping his cherry today. You'll be fine, mate. Just take it easy, enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Good weather for it anyway.
Well, let's hope it stays cooler. It's a hive of activity already, isn't it? Right, get the nutrition on, get set up. Right, that's the bike all sorted now. Final checks, checking where I was in transition. It's barely wetsuit legal. It's not wetsuit legal for the pros. Water's 22 degrees. So I'm gonna now leave transition, get ready for the swim. Still got about an hour really, but walk over there, just suss it out a little bit before I get the wetsuit on and that kind of thing, and drop off this last bag. So we're walking to the swim start. Check this out. Adam's already up here, so yeah, we'll have a little look at the river. See what the flow's like actually. Get some of our bearings. So that's definitely swim out across this little bridge. Steer up these steps. And it's probably about a 400-meter run into transition. So it's not the shortest transition. Pretty simple to navigate. Right, more or less ready for the swim. So get the suit on. This will be the last time I speak to the camera, because you'll see me after the race. Hopefully Kate will catch some footage. Have a good race, mate. Good luck. Yeah, and I'll see you maybe on course and around. But yeah, have a good one. All right, nice one.
Johnny, good! Woo! Go on, Adam! Woo!
4h34 minutes de course.
Ça vient pour faire du vélo. Et
meters. Hands outstretched. Nice job, Daniel.
Race done and dusted. I'm absolutely beat. It was a bit of a killer. Good race, 5 hours 10. I'll go through it a bit later. I'm just in the athlete area. I've just eaten. Decent swim, great bike, okay-ish run. Oh, it was a hot one though. Right, I'm gonna get some more food and then I'm gonna meet the family and then I'll debrief a bit later. I am absolutely dead. The aftermath of an Ironman. Quite a good food selection actually. They've got cold buffet, they've got a fruit bar and cookies and stuff, and then over there I've got hot dogs and all sorts of hot buffet, so pretty good. I'm going to get Isabel a hot dog, because I know she'll like that. And here we are everyone, 2 days post-race. I'm back at home, back in England. I've had 2 days of doing absolutely nothing. I've still got another couple of days of doing nothing before I get into some light training, but I thought it would be a nice way to end that video really and sort of summarize my thoughts and give you how I felt towards the race and how I performed. So as a race, Ironman 70.3 Tour, I think was probably one of the best Ironman events I've taken part in. I'm not a massive fan of Ironman as a brand, and I've done quite a few now, but I have to say from start to finish, organisation was really good. The location they chose for this race, superb. If you get a chance to look at a race abroad, I would say go for this one because you can't go wrong in Tour. It's really easily located. It's not too far out of the centre. The course is quick. So the swim course in the Sher, let me start off with a swim, I suppose. It's probably a good place to start. Yeah, it was an easy course to navigate. The water was really clear. The water was warm, 22 degrees. And it was just a fairly good, straight, easy swim to navigate, as they always are in Ironmans. My swim performance was much better than it was in Salou, 36 minutes I think it was. But the weirdest thing in this race is I know I went out too hard and it cost me probably a minute or two because I don't know what happened, but after about 400 meters, I was really struggling for breath. I even had to sort of sit up at one point and kind of try and compose myself. No, I didn't panic, but yeah, I just wasn't breathing right and my legs just had nothing in them. And it took me almost, I think, probably 600 to 700 meters to actually find myself again. And that was all I did, is I kept my head down, kept swimming, took the pace off, obviously, just to find some rhythm. And then eventually it came and I was swimming pretty well towards the end. So overall, you know, swim was better than Salou. 36 minutes is there or thereabouts, probably where I'm at currently. Yes, I've swum it a lot quicker, I say. 32 minutes is my best. But, you know, I would take that. Coming out of the swim, it's quite a long transition. You come out of the river, you head up some steps. It's probably about 400 meters, I'd say, into transition, which gives you enough time to strip the suit down to the waist so that when you get in, you're almost ready to whip it off. The thing that I did do, which was the mistake in Salou, is I wore my heart rate monitor before the swim on this race, and therefore I didn't have to faff about in transition like I did Salou, trying to put a bloody heart rate monitor on. So transition was pretty quick. I think I was in and out in 7 minutes with the 400 meter sort of, point to point. And then that led me out onto the bike course. Now, the bike course is extremely quick. It's pan flat, more or less. I mean, there's a few little rises towards the second half of it, but nothing you'd call hilly or anything like that. I think there was 200 meters of elevation in the whole course. So if you're a really quick biker, you're going to do well on this course. 2:35 for me. on the day. So again, I can't be disappointed with that. I changed my setup slightly on the bike from Salou. So I added a couple of spaces to my cockpit and I angled it slightly, and it was better. I felt a little bit more comfortable. I think there's still a little bit more of adjustment there to do, but overall the bike, yeah, was really quite uneventful until towards the end when we were coming into transition. And yeah, it was just a sharp sort of right turn, and it was quite a big pack, and I was on the outside, and some guy decided to cut me up and send me into the barriers, which was a bit unexpected. There wasn't any damage done to the bike or anything like that. Actually, I caught myself on the barriers to sort of break my fall, a little cut on my leg, but I took the brunt of it, so there was no damage to the bike. And then, yeah, it was literally 50 meters from the transition line, so the dismount line. So what can you say about that? It's just a bit unfortunate. I was a bit peed off at the point of when it happened, but overall, these things happened in Ironman and in racing. But we got into transition again, dropped the bike off, quick turnaround, and out onto the run. Now, what I'd say about the run was it's hot. It was extremely hot on the day, 28 degrees, I think it was. Now, yeah, it's always hard to run in that kind of weather. And I probably, looking at the data and looking at what my coach Phil said, I probably went out a little bit hard, but I was suffering from stomach issues, which I noticed towards the end of the bike. I started to stitch, which is a bit strange, really, considering that I don't usually feel that on the bike. And then I was fighting with this sort of stitch pain and stomach issues for about 14k of the run. I managed sort of the first 5 or 6k just grinding it out, running about 4:30 a kilometre pace. But then it just became a bit too much, and I felt I was in a bit of in between a rock and a hard place, really, because I needed fluid because it was hot, and I needed water, and every time I took fluid on, the stitch would be worse. So yeah, it's a bit of a battle, really, and it was only after about 13-14k my stomach started to give way, and I was able to run a bit freer. But by that point, I was knackered. So yeah, my run wasn't as good as what it was in Salou, and partly that was mainly due to my stomach and possibly some of the heat. I came in, I think it was 1:45 maybe. Yeah, 1:45, something like that. 1:40, might be even 1:45 and change, nearly 1:46, something like that. But I can't be too disappointed considering the issues I was facing with the stomach. But I battled through, ground it out, and came into the finish line and finishing in 5 hours and 10 minutes. So overall, I was pretty pleased with that. And, I've had 2 70.3s in the space of 4 weeks, and I think I can be really pleased with my consistency. Now, the question is, can I go sub 5? And that's the next thing that sort of enters my head. And I think I can. On the right day, with the right conditions, with no stomach issues and running well, I just need the stars to align, and I think I could do it. So that's probably my next goal. When my next 70.3 is, I'm not sure. The next couple of races I've got lined up are sprint distances, so we're changing focus a little bit. But yeah, I'm kind of umming and ahhing, thinking, can I get another 70.3 in by the end of the year? Who knows? We'll see. Watch this space. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. They're just my general thoughts around the race. Ironman Tour, it was a great event. Really glad to do it. Really glad to race with Adam as well. And he had a really good first 70.3 experience, which is always good to hear about. Yeah, so if you're thinking about doing it, I would say sign up for it next year. I believe they're going to be doing a full distance next year, so it might be that they do the 70.3 on the Saturday and the 4 on the Sunday. I think that's what they do with Vichy, which, yeah, is obviously going to make it interesting. So I'm going to leave it there. Welcome to the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you for tuning in and being with me, and hopefully, guys, I'll see you all in the next video very soon. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be, but stay tuned and it will come.